Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Happy viewing. First of all, I've got my immune booster here. We all know what's going on in the world now about this COVID-19. So anything you can do to boost your immune system is highly welcome. I've got here beetroot, I've got carrots, I've got apples, I've got lime, I've got ginger, I've got garlic. Or you can add any other thing you think is necessary to boost your immune system. But please do not overdose. All right, I'm going to go quickly to why I'm making this video. Some of my friends in the past have asked me to make a video just to tell the whole world what I do. And just some days ago, someone asked me, what do you do? And I said, okay, I'm going to make this video now to clarify everything. So first of all, I tell them I'm a maths teacher, and some of them we just laugh and say, how can you be a maths teacher and still do what you do? The answer to that is very simple. If you've got passion for something, you bring out time for it. So my journey started in 2013, but before then, let me just introduce myself. My name is Arinze Oranye. I'm a UK-based mathematician and author of 14 maths books and a novel. In 2013, I authored this book here. It's called Preparation Workbook 1 Maths. It's a workbook for 5 to 7 year olds in the UK here and anywhere in the world. But simultaneously, I authored another one, exactly the same concept, but for 8 to 10 years. That was in 2013, just to help our little ones to go through their maths book at home, and also the parents too, to help them. So that led me to my third one, which is Body Maths 1. This is actually an adaptation from the other ones. So everything here, you get them from there, but a bit twisted so that it can be a bit better. Now, after this one, I think a year passed or so, but something again happened in the UK. The Department for Education decided to restructure their curriculum to be at par with the rest of the world, including Japan, Singapore, Korea, and the likes of them. Now, it was a welcome development, and we all loved it here as teachers. But the problem was, at that time, there was no guideline on the extra resources added. So what they did, or their intention then, was to bring down some topics from year 12, which is actually the first step of the sixth form, to bring some topics down from year 12 down to year 11, which is the GCSE year. So that was a good development. We all liked it as teachers, and but there was no resources to go with it. So being an experienced maths teacher, I had to come up with something. So that was when I did my first, or rather I wrote my first textbook. And I'm proud of this book, and I called it Iconic Maths New GCSE. So this name here, I got it from my website, which is iconicconcepts.co.uk. And why is this book special to me? Because when I wrote this book, there was no guideline, or as I explained before, on what to do. So I had to piece together some topics and collated them and made them in one book. And as at then as well, I had my top set year 11. They were about to write their GCSE. So I wrote the book, and I think I ordered 20 or 30 copies for them, and we used that in class. And I am proud to say that they all passed their GCSE, and that was one of the main things that I achieved that year. That was like 5 years ago. So if you look on my Facebook page, my Instagram pages, I've got two, you see the pictures with the kids there. It was an outstanding performance from them. Just an insight, 4 of my students achieved the high grade of 9. Before then, let me just explain the grading system. So in the old system, before the restructuring, we used to have the letter system from G to A star. We all are familiar with that. A star being the highest. But the new system, they changed it to the numbering system from 1 to 9, 9 being the highest. So I'm just going to explain the top end so that we're not going to waste your time. So from grade 7 in the new system is at par with the old A grades in the old system. But when you get to grade 8 is actually at par with the old A stars. Some of my colleagues will agree with me on that. So if you achieve the grade 8 now, it's like you've achieved the A star when we're doing the old system. But when you now go to grade 9, what it means is that you've achieved more, which means you've learned some, and it's actually better than the A star. So at least you've gotten the idea of what I'm talking about. So 4 of my students, I think, achieved the top grade of 9. 8 of them achieved grade 8, and I think 12 or 14 achieved grade 7, which was an outstanding feat. Now, after that, I was now thinking to myself, I've written 3 books now in different names. I need to unify them to call them one name, and that was when the concept of WizKid Maths came about. So the first one I authored was this one here, or rather is this one here, the first one I authored. So I called it WizKid Maths 11 to 13 years. So any parent in the UK or any part of the world, if you got a child between the age of or ages of 11 to 13, please get this book. It's an outstanding book, not because I wrote it, but I know what it is. It's got lots of worked examples. It's got assessments at the end of each unit, and you've got the answers. Well explained solutions. So it's also good for parents to help them to teach their kids at home. Some of them are not confident, but with this book here, you can actually teach yourself and now be able to teach your child if they don't understand any homework or just to move forward. You can see this is a very big book. It's very big, and it's let's be specific. It's got 396 pages. 396 pages, and I'm so proud of this book because it's my bestseller in all my WizKid series. It goes very fast, and the parents, they love it. I don't know why. Okay, now moving forward quickly, I authored this one, the same concept with the other one. This is for 11 to 15 years, 13 to 15 years old, WizKid Maths 2. So the same concept like I mentioned. Most of the topics are here as well, and it's called solutions, worked examples, and answers are here. Also, the unit tests are also here, or the assessments are here. So please, again, if you got a child between the ages of 13 and 15, this book is for you. Now, moving quickly, and the last of the WizKid in the UK, I called it WizKid Maths 3 Teen Edition. This is for the higher tier students. So I think I've explained it before. If your child is in the higher tier system, it means that they expect him or her to achieve from, let's say, grade 6 to 9. So if your child is in the UK here and he or she is in the higher tier group, this book is for you. It's got all the solutions, all the answers, all the work examples, and this is perfect for you. You can also use it anywhere in the world, really. Now, after that as well, moving quickly, I authored this one as well. This is just this workbooks for that. So this one is 5 to 7. The 8 to 10 years is not here. I think I gave it out when someone came to my house, so I just gave it out. And after that, I gave some years, maybe a year or two, and I was now thinking to myself, I've done a lot for the UK educational system. And before I move on to that, last year I organized the Essex and Hertfordshire WizKid Maths competition, and it went well, and it was very, very successful. So that's part of what I do as well. I organize competitions too. So in moving forward, I now have to ask myself, what do I need to do for Nigerians as well? I've made massive impact in the UK here, so let me just try and do something there. That was when, as well, I started my WizKid scholarship, which I now call Arinze Oranye Maths Scholarship, but it's actually for indigenes in my hometown, Onitsha. So it's not an annual event. So every year I set exams for them, and the ones that passed, I give them scholarship. All right. Now moving forward to the books as well. So I now said I needed to write something for Nigerians. I can't just be writing in the UK here. So that was when I wrote this one. So let me just summarize the whole thing. So I had to write primaries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 textbooks, proper textbooks for the Nigerian market, for the Nigerian curriculum. It's not only Nigeria you can use it anywhere. Maths is maths, it's still the same anywhere. The only difference might be that in another country, the topics, the way it's arranged might not be the way it's arranged in Nigeria, but it's actually very good and of high standard as well. So if you look at this one here, these are colorful books, very colorful, you can see, all in colors, brilliant book. It's got the worked examples and so on, and I highly recommend this. Now quickly I moved on to here, that's the Match 2. The third one, primaries 4 and 5 are not here, and this one is the 6th, for those of them writing the National Common Entrance. Now this one has gone more because I added extras here so that you can carry on doing your maths even after your after your primary school. The first stage of the next one will be the secondary school. So some of the topics in the early secondary schools are here as well. So this is massive, excellent book as well. So you can get this. Now, I think I've covered everything, but let me just summarize and I'll end the video. Now again, my name is Arinze Oranye, a UK-based mathematician, author of 14 maths books and a novel. I also sponsor my award, Arinze Oranye Mathematics Scholarship Award, and I'm also a member of the Mathematical Association UK. If you want to order my books, they're all on Amazon. Depending on where you are in the world, if you're in the UK, it's amazon.co.uk. If you're in America, it's amazon.com. If you're in Canada, it's amazon.ca, I think. If you are in France, Germany, Spain, and the rest of Europe and the world, I can't remember what it is now, just search it up, Google it, and you order my books. It takes just 30 seconds to order that, and you will be happy you did, and you'll be proud of the books when you get them. So I hope I've covered everything. You can also reach me using my email address, edwardoranye@hotmail.com, or you can go to my website, www.iconicconcepts.co.uk, and use the contact and form, fill it out, and I'll get back to you. If you also want to order bulk, like let's say from 20 books up, just email me and I'll give you some discount. So all the best, and I hope everybody stays fit, and let's all stay fit and safe, and hopefully the vaccine or maybe the drugs for this COVID-19 will be found at some point. So you all stay safe, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.